Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is a special day as it is just a requester day. And for today's request, we'll be playing out a story of heartbreak, revenge, and justice. And it's all thanks to Classical. Classical asked us to please play Canada in the KaiserreduX mod or the KaiserreduX mod. So I chose the KaiserreduX mod because I've never done that before. Today we're taking the British exiles who live in Canada, and together we'll forge a British future as we take the British Isles and stomp out all forms of commies, unions, and syndicates. So without further ado, let's hop on in. Okay, so jumping straight into things, I've done the basics like setting up a front line and setting up my construction, but I just want to take a look. Obviously starting out as Canada with our decisions, we have retake the homelands, i.e. retake Britain, but then we have this, influence the monarchy, and I'm not entirely sure what to do. Now the reason I say that is because over here we have a path guide, which is completely new to me, and with this I can understand how certain things work in Canada. It's not working right now because I've already activated it, but but it said something along the lines of, you know, get an absolute monarchy. And by the way, looking at the tree is amazing. I love the tree, but I'm thinking about trying to go down, where is it? This way here. I'm considering going assert royal prerogatives and then maybe nationalist government. I feel like that might be the best method, I think. Or maybe this way. Yeah, maybe this way. Disband the House of Commons, purge disloyal opposition, Crusader Kings, and God Save the Empire. Because that looks sick. Look at the stability and the reinforce rate as well. Also, taking a look at the focus tree here, I completely forgot that in KaiserreduX, the Americans have a civil war. And because of that, I need to get involved and I can do certain things. However, I do not know if I am prepared or able to as little old Canada. I will go ahead and use the last little bit of my manpower to try and rush out some divisions, and obviously I'm going to need to try and get some equipment back, but overall I need manpower because the US is just going to explode, and in terms of military and manpower, Canada just cannot compete.
I can't fucking compete!
And just like that, it is time to say goodbye to Georgie boy. King George V has died. Ripperoni, bud. It was nice while you lasted. And if the country was not depressed enough as it is, we've now entered the Great Depression with Black Monday hitting Canada. Oh yay, oh yay. Also, King Edward is now a thing.
You're looking fine.
I'm sure it's just a small detail, but I've just noticed this. Edward's outfit. What does this do? Hold on. So Edward looks like that, but what happens if I do the decision? Edward's, I'll spark up my cigarette. I'll put on my military royal uniform, put on my suit, put on a suit and spark a pipe. Show me more options. I'll put on my red uniform. What's the red uniform? Rah! This is such a small detail, but it's so cool. Now it's time to kick off the Imperial Conference of 36, and with this I get two options. I can either focus everything on Canada and get consumer goods minus 30 for 180 days, or I can try and bring the Empire into fold, and I'm thinking about it, and I think maybe bringing the Empire into fold would be the better option. However, the most immediate one would probably be better, would be Imperial trade. Canada is key, because after all, I'm going to war with America. I need to build factories. I need to get this party bumping, you know what I mean? So I feel like we're probably going to take Canada is key for the moment, and then we're going to do Fate of the House of Lords. Now I did say I wanted a full royal run, and that's exactly what we're going for. We could choose reform, more Canadians, or royal prerogative, and you know what? It's royal prerogative time. So with that being the case, I can now come over here and do assert royal prerogative. I think I'm right, but then there's this. I need to wait until the 36 elections have been held, and then I can draft the C7 bill. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so I now have economic policies which I can enact because of focuses, and I now have build a civvy factory, build a civvy factory, build a military factory, and build a military factory, all thanks to the fact of with political power. This is amazing. I love this. Oh, this is fantastic. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to affect the general election, but we just got the election and I could choose between the market liberals, the conservatives, or have a mix of both. And I decided to go with the conservatives because I thought they were the more right-leaning, which might give me the opportunity to assert my royal prerogative, which I haven't got just yet. I'm going to go ahead, draft the bill after I finish my rail expansion in one day, and hopefully I can assert the royal prerogative on this. Fingers crossed. I don't know how this is going to go. And with great news, the bill C7 has now passed, giving us 100 political power. It gives us extensive royalist economic plan. Southern Ontario gets a mill factory. Nova Scotia gets a naval factory. The Mounties, which gives us damage to garrisons and stability. And Max Knight, which gives us the resistance target minus 10, resistance activity minus 15, and daily PP minus 0.4. Now, the downside to this is I didn't get an option to choose my royal prerogative apart from that one time, and I cannot seem to do anything about this, so I do not know. Same situation here, but I imagine this has to be dealt with once I deal with the Quebec situation. So for now, I'm just going to focus on building up my industry and building up the army eventually, but first and foremost, it has to be the industry. Okay, this is actually quite intriguing. It seems like America is not going to explode after all. We've just seen this. Annihilation has been avoided. Stability returns to the US. So they've just avoided the whole internal combustion. So I wonder if I can instead, after I've fixed Quebec, go down this tree over here and maybe expand into America somehow. I don't know. It seems they've avoided blowing up.
My main goal is to blow up.
I just had a thought that I had to share. So I'm about to research this, the Owen gun, and I'm going to zoom in on this part here. Is it me, or does the Owen gun look like the blaster that the stormtroopers use? Okay, guys, so America didn't implode, but it decided to do something worse, and that it's just declaring war on everyone. It declared on Mexico, it declared on Cuba, it declared on Honduras and Guatemala for some reason.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb.
It declared on France and Britain, and they're just a problem to the world. So I decided to make a declaration of war. You cannot script this on the 4th of July. That we are going to war with the USA, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, you may be asking, Anglo, why are you going to war with America? They're your friend. Actually, no. We actually have a debt to America, and they tried bending the rules a little bit, so we ignored them, and essentially they kept being a pain, and now they're causing issues to world stability. So I'm just going to put the sick man of North America down. I'm just going to deal with them nice and easy. I'm going to send in the Air Force as well. Just make it nice, quick, and clean, like hunting a deer. And just like that, it is now peace deal time. However, we will have to fight it out with the Mexicans for the peace. I just want to get that Texan oil and a lot of the old British territory. Everything else is fair game, but we'll see what we can do. And there is our first peace deal. The Kingdom of Canada is looking absolutely beautiful. We've also walked away with Hawaii and all of the Philippines, which is really, really, really nice. But now we need to prepare to take Britain itself, because Germany and France just kicked off, and Britain are involved, and so are Russia. It's a messy situation, but we need to prepare to take the homeland. After a long awaited time, it is finally time to take back Britain, or at least try to. We've managed to take back the Isle of Man, the Channel Islands, and get ourselves over here on the Faroe Islands as well. Hopefully by using my air power and all the bonuses that we've got, we can finally storm. But with one more day to go, we're going to go and pay Oswald a little visit. I've got my Marines in the north, my normal army in the south. Hopefully this all comes gravy. War propaganda for the PP and the political, or the population. Oh, the Entente is here. It is time to get involved. Also, a side thing to note, we actually have quite the advantage over this faction, and that is because the Germans and the Ukrainians absolutely dominated the Russians. This Russian Republic is a Ukrainian puppet. Right now, the Germans are up against this. The Ukrainians have got that covered. And as you can see, the Germans are starting to make land into Lorraine Plateau, and then hopefully into Champagne and Picardy. In the meantime, we're going to try and take Britain. Oh, we also get to choose a chief of staff. We've got Edward Ironside, or Edmund, rather. He'll give us truck, speed, mechanic. Okay, that's pretty good. Montgomery will give us land fort construction, coastal mir. Crera will give us psychology, divisional organization, Keith Stewart, infantry, and I think I'm probably gonna go for Ironside. I feel like Ironside's probably the best choice here out of those. So we're gonna go ahead with Eddie Ironside. We're about to land in Pompey. Come on. How are we doing in the air? We're surprisingly winning in the air. Okay, that's beautiful. Send these guys in to help out. Hopefully we can push them out. How are we doing in the north? We're about to win. Boom. Look at that. Fantastic. We now have land ho in Scotland.
Welcome to Scotland.
That is absolutely perfect. You secure a nice little landing spot, and then my army down here with good old Claude. I love little Claude. Go on, Claude. Absolutely raze England to the ground. We're taking it back. It's revenge. It seems like the invasion in the south has just been an absolute failure. We've lost our whole army led by Bert Hofmeister, which is not ideal, but they're serving their purpose in being a great distraction. In the north, our troops are finally finished up taking Scotland. Now we just need their assistance in taking the south. We are also moving our air force down slowly by slowly. I'm going to move them down to Edinburgh because we're now going to have to start pushing into northern England. And just like that, Britain is so close to capping. We've just taken back London. It's just a matter of taking back Manchester, and then it's game over for the Union of Britain, the commies of Britain. I wouldn't even say commies either, because I wouldn't class Oswald as a commie. Syndicalist. We'll go with syndicalist. Let's just say syndicalist then. But yeah, we're about to reclaim our land in the name of the monarchy, and I could not be a happier bunny. There you go. They've capped. Everything is looking gravy. The Germans are about to finish the French, so I might as well just send my troops over to go and help out. I'm going to send Claude over here to, you know what? Can I get military access, please? There we go. That's fantastic. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send Claude down here to Lyon. In the meantime, good old Bert, who messed the job up on the initial one. Not a worry, not a bother, mate. Just come over here and guard London. And after a very, very, very long wait, it is finally time for the peace deal. However, I do have to say this, for some reason, I wasn't given many in the percentage on the total score, so even taking Britain alone is going to be hard. I've got a gut feeling I might have to face Germany. I really don't want to, but let's see how this goes. Okay, right, we might be able to walk away with Britain here. If we can, I'll be very happy. Okay, so there it is, the wonderful Treaty of London, and let's have a look at the final. Okay, so Italy walked away with literally nothing. Germany walked away with most of it. I walked away with my glorious Britain. We also got to keep Greenland and Iceland, and we also got Cuba, which was a very nice addition. Now, in theory, the story should end here, but I'm not ready to end it here. Our allies in India, the Dominion of Delhi, are currently fighting the Bharatiya Commune and the Hyderabad, so I'm going to go and send all my forces to help them out. Also, we need to return Canada to Canada and Britain to Britain, and it's time to reform the lovely, wonderful empire. And we're going to do exactly that by completing this focus, Return of the King. Oh, now that's a very nice touch. Because I finally got rid of all the unrest in America, I can now actually start turning them into provinces, which I think essentially makes them a core, which means my manpower is about to go through the damn roof. Oh my god. Guys, I just made a really, really big boo-boo. I just made a really, really, really big boo-boo. So, I got the option to play as Britain, right? And I can return as playing as Britain. So I decided to do that, thinking I'd get all my American colonies back with me. Yeah, no, that hasn't happened. So, as it stands, I went back to playing as Britain, and in doing so, I now have Edward VIII, but young Edward VIII, not to be mistaken by Edward VIII the Elder in Canada. Then there's also the fact of, I now have literally no factories, I have no divisions, I have no navy, no air force, but Canada? Oh, I have absolutely shafted myself. I mean, hey, there's a new focus tree, but that's probably going to do absolutely nothing. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, okay, so it seems like the game doesn't want to completely shaft me. So we'll start off with the Canadians giving us some divisions, which is nice. We start off with 19, and then we get Long Live the King, which gives us post-war devastation. Oh, yikes. Okay, right, well, we got a lot of national fixing to do, eh? So, fast forward now to July 1948, and we are in a little bit of a predicament. I have managed to get myself building factories, this, that, and the other. I've got myself a bunch of armies. We've made some progress, right? We're not at this level of Canada progress, but we're doing all right for a newly independent nation. Now, with all of that being said and done, I am now in a little bit of an interesting situation, and that is this, rebuilding the empire. By completing all of my focuses, I've now been given these options to enact on this, and I can ask for the return of my colonies. And we're going to see whether or not we can do it, starting with Ireland. Demand Northern Ireland. Is it successful? Yes, no, maybe. We're about to find out. It doesn't look like it was successful. Yep. I thought so. Approach the German government. Wait, we should proceed. Wait. Approach the German government? What does that do? I'm interested. Interesting. So, although Ireland refused, because Germany is the leader of their faction, we went and spoke to Germany, and Germany had to talk them into giving it to us, and now we have Northern Ireland back. That's really interesting, Germany. At least you know who managed to save your ass. That's amazing. Right, I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to do the same for India, for France, for... What the hell is that? The Arabian Federation. That's a new flag. I didn't know they had that flag. That flag's spicy. But we're going to go do for all of them and the West Indies, so boink, boink, boink. Restore order in Northern Ireland. That's probably a good idea, and demand the return of the colonies once I get enough PP. And there we go. India has agreed. Become the owner of Sierra Leone. Fantastic. Dominion of Canada agrees. West Indies is now a puppet. Okay, so let's have a look. So the Indians Russians didn't actually become my puppet. Neither did the Afghanis. But I got given this part of Burma, which is useless because there's no way to get there without having to go through India. The French agreed to give me some back, like some colonies back, but it's literally just Sierra Leone. And then the West Indies just became my puppet. I feel a little bit, let down. I feel like this is a little bit, under the expectation. Hold on, let me faff around with these decisions a little more. Oh no, that was purely accidental. So the alert popped up and Arabia said, yeah, how about nah, mate? We're not giving you your colonies back. And I accidentally clicked go to war as I tried moving the pop-up for it. Oh, I'm such a pleb. Hold on. Right, how bad is it? 19 to 89. Okay, I feel like this is potentially manageable. As luckily I've got my troops in Egypt. I'm gonna have them go right on the border and just absolutely go for it. Go past Damascus. We need to go to Baghdad. Let's get moving. Thank you very much, Mr. Brian Oryx. Okay, so I managed to get a little bit of a push in, but I'm slowly crumbling. My units are all over the place. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Claude has just turned up with the second army, so it might make things a little bit more manageable, especially because I need that extra air power right now. That's definitely going to make a big difference. So I'll send those up immediately just to get their air superiority over Syria, and then hopefully my factories can start churning out cash fighters again. And just like that, we've got a solution to our problem. We have a very, very, very big solution to our problem. However, I know this is going to tank my stability. I know this is going to tank my political status as the party. I know it's going to tank everything for me. But at the end of the day, it needs to be done. I've got one last thing, which is to demand Gibraltar, but I cannot do that because I'm not the faction leader of the, well, faction. Kind of self-explanatory, that one. Okie dokie, guys. Well, thinking about things as they are, I'm literally in 1949 now, pretty much. We've managed to conquer the world and solve the... Whoa. Technically conquered the world twice. We've worked out as Canada, we've restored order to North America, we solved the whole European communist problem or socialist problem. Either way, the problem, right? We released the UK, we returned to the UK, and we managed to somewhat rebuild the empire, again with our allies standing strong, and Britain once again flying her flag over Hong Kong. So with territory ranging from Hong Kong to Africa to the West Indies, all the way back up to Europe, I feel like this is a job well done. So with that being said, again, thank you very much for watching today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to, of course, click the like and subscribe button, share with your friends to help the growth of the channel, all that fun stuff, and let me know which mod you want me to cover next. I've got a big list of suggestions from you guys that I want to get through, but I feel like the more suggestions I have, the better, so just keep firing them away at me, and we'll see where we end up. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, all the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!